Hello. Good evening. Hi, friends. I have been doing some more research today. Hi, Judy. So I had someone comment that they don't like it when I say hi to my friends on my videos, but that's not going to be changing. So I will still be saying hello to you all. Hi, guys. Okay. So I put a little shout out over on my calorie counting page on Facebook, my little group over there. We are the N is for Nurse calorie counting buddies over there. And a lot of us are new to calorie counting. And it is trial and error. I just completed day 20 of tracking in just a calorie app called Lose It. And I'm learning all kinds of things about myself. I pulled my back out today. So I'm in a weird, so if I'm sitting funny, you guys know what's going on. But we're in very no makeup mode and just sort of going for it. But I've had a couple people reach out and we've been talking a little bit in different forums about levels of activity. So here's the thing. On most of the apps, no matter what plan you're doing, when you set up your program, they ask you your height, your weight, are you male, are you female, what's your activity level. Some plans even ask you, I think, like, what's your waist circumference? Thankfully, I didn't have to do that. But I feel that I give myself more activity than I should be on these apps. So I've been doing some research today so that we can all accurately go into our plans and put our activity levels so that we get the right calorie deficit for us. It needs to be individualized. And I've been playing around with this for a few weeks. And here is what I found. So let's talk about activity levels and the reality of what your activity level is. So how do you choose an activity level? The first one that they always ask is if you're sedentary. I never put sedentary because to say that I'm sedentary sounds terrible, okay? Here is what sedentary means in these apps. If you're sedentary, your daily activities include activities of daily living only, such as shopping, cleaning, watering plants, taking out the trash, walking the dog, mowing the lawn, and gardening. This is sedentary. No moderate or vigorous activity unless you do at least 30 minutes per day of intentional exercise, you are considered sedentary in these apps. That is what my sources are telling me. So I am, unless I'm walking every day or doing intentional exercise, I'm sedentary, you guys. Okay. Or if you have a job where you're spending most of the day sitting, the majority of people in the US are considered sedentary. So if you are sedentary, raise your hand. Okay, let's move to the next one. Lightly active. If you're lightly active, your daily activities include activities of daily living, such as shopping, cleaning, watering plants, taking out the trash, walking the dog, mowing the lawn, gardening, and daily exercise that's equal to walking for 30 minutes at 4 miles per hour. So for an adult of average weight, this amount of exercise will burn about 130 to 160 additional calories. Let me say that again. So if you're burning 130 to 160 additional calories a day, that would put you in lightly active, you guys. Let me see. More intense exercise can be performed for less time to achieve the same goal. So let's say you burn that 130 to 160 additional activities, but you do it in like 10 or 15 minutes. The point is the calories. Okay. So who's sedentary and who's lightly active? I think I'm falling. I think from day to day, I go either sedentary or lightly active. I think I used to put myself as always lightly active and then sometimes active. And I think that's why I was having problems. Okay. Okay. The next one is active. If you're active, your daily activities include all of the activities that I listed above: shopping, cleaning, watering plants, etc., etc. And then daily exercise, which includes it's equal to walking for an hour and 45 minutes at 4 miles per hour, not 40. Let me say that again. So it would be all of your activities of daily living plus daily exercise that's equal to walking for 1 hour and 45 minutes at 4 miles per hour. Okay, so your goal here, if you're going to put yourself as active, that means that you're burning 470 to 580 additional calories. That's a lot of activity, you guys, for active. Okay. And you spend a good part of the day doing some physical activity, like you're a waitress or a mailman. So if you're active, I want to hear who's active. Anybody? Shannon says, I'm lightly active, but barely. Laura G, a whole lot of activity. Yes, for active, I mean, that's a lot of calories. Nancy says, I walk an hour and 10 minutes. Nancy, how many calories do you think you're burning? That's going to be your determinant if you're lightly active or active. If you're burning that 470 to 580 calories, the example they give is jogging 50 minutes per day. Are you jogging? You see what I'm saying? I think we're giving ourselves too many calories because I think we're saying that we're a activity level maybe above what we really are. I wish they would do a class on this. Like, come on, people. Okay, very active. Let's talk about that because I know some of you guys listen. I got some powerhouses out there. If you're very active, your daily activities include your activities of daily living, which we already listed those: shopping, cleaning, watering plants. Then you also have daily exercise. That is equal to walking for 4 hours and 15 minutes at 4 miles per hour. The calories burned for this level of exercise would be 1,150 to 1,400 additional calories. So 1,150 to 1,400 additional calories to be very active. This would be jogging for 2 hours per day, spending most of the day doing heavy physical activity like you're a bike messenger or a carpenter. My husband did that at one point in his life. He built houses and he was ripped and he ate like a horse and he was super tan. He looked great. But I would go see him at his work sites and he'd be way up on these like 3 and 4 story mansions, just walking up there with like a nail gun and nothing else. It was scary. Okay, so let me see. Connie Combs says, I thought I was active. Yikes, I guess not. You're probably lightly active. So if you do have a tracker and you need to go in and make some adjustments for calories or points or whatever, maybe this helps you clarify. It definitely helped me clarify. So I'm going to set my tracker at the sedentary, knowing that sometimes I will be lightly active. I just don't think I get into the active range that much where I'm burning an additional 500 calories a day. Now, I think when I was a nurse, yes, I probably got back into that calorie range. So for my friends over on our group that are saying, I'm eating a lot, I'm not losing or I gained, maybe it's time to re-examine your activity level and adjust according to that. Because remember, once you've eaten during the day, you can add calories, but you can't take them away. Once you've noshed that donut, it's in the calorie count, right? So you can always add calories, but you can't take them away once you've eaten them. So, right, yeah. So if we've got our watches connected, that's a whole other conversation. Laura G says, I think that it's safest to say I'm not active, but dang, my walks don't even count. Yeah. See if that's helpful. That's just from some of the research I was doing today. You may find some other definitions and things that resonate better for you. You're welcome to do, your own searches. And that one made the most sense because it had sort of your calories broken down. And I feel like that was helpful for me to kind of reframe it a little bit. And I think that we in the US think we're more active than we actually are. If you live in a city and you walk everywhere and you work out and you have an active job, yeah, you should, have the calories for that. But I think a lot of us are sedentary. And I think a lot of us are more sedentary than we used to be because of the pandemic and lockdowns. Unless you have a very active job or something, like I know for myself, I mean, look, I'm in my office, you guys, like, I definitely am not doing what I used to do as a floor nurse, or even when I was out seeing patients, in the home and stuff and playing with babies. So Jessica says, I work out 3 to 4 days a week, 45 minutes to 2 hours max each day. Yeah. Other than that, I work from home, desk job. I'm adding stretching and yoga to increase flexibility. So, I might start with putting yourself down as active and see how you do, Jessica. And if you feel like you're doing more than that, put yourself in the very active range. If you're trying to lose, I don't know. I play around with it. Michelle, so I'm being transitioned into a leadership role. So I'm doing my caseload and then working towards other things. So working on other things. The goal is for me to have my own team, which would be a blessing, but we'll just see what happens. Who knows what's going to happen nowadays? I don't want to put anything out there that, So good to see you all. Let me see if there's any other comments in here that I thought we should talk about. Catherine Lovell says, I never know what to select, but I lift weights twice a week with a trainer. I walk at least 5 days a week and a couple days of aerobics. So Catherine, do you know what your calorie burn is? Like I said, I think probably putting yourself in the active and seeing how you do on that. I think the very active to me seems like an athletic, Olympic athlete. I don't even know. Somebody very, very athletic, So if you're trying to decrease your weight, it probably would behoove you to go down a level if you can, unless you're sedentary. And then going down to a level would mean you're dead. So I guess I can't do that. Probably what I would need to do is go up a level and try to work a little bit harder on being lightly active, which I do try to walk every day, but on the days I don't, hello. Thanks, Michelle. I'll keep you guys posted on that. Diva for a Lifetime says, in my journey, I've learned that fitness is for health, not weight loss. I have had huge success just sticking to calorie goal and not worrying about active or fitness calories. So where do you put your tracker at then for your recommended deficit? I think that's what we're looking at is when you set your tracker up, you want to be in a calorie deficit and it's asking you what's your activity level. So I always just guessed whatever, I don't know, And it kind of gives you a little blurb, but it doesn't give you as an in-depth. It doesn't give you as in-depth information as something like that did. So that was just to help us think it out. You guys, or think it through. You guys do whatever you feel like works for you in your situation. I just always like to share what I'm reading. Dorian Miller says not very active, but probably active. Laura is asking, so on the Lose It app, is everyone ignoring any calories earned from exercise and not eating? I usually just ignore, but interested in what everyone is doing. Yeah, I try to stay on that, lower calorie range that they give me, and not beat myself up if I go up a little. I kind of think of it like those extra calories are your weeklies. So do you need to sprinkle some onto your day, or do you just need to leave them? Remember, we're looking for calorie deficit. So, let me see. Dorian says, yes, I don't include my exercise activity. Judy says 1,200 is mine. So that's her calorie goal, like what you want to hit. Laura, yeah, don't you think that makes sense? I'm trying to look at it like the stuff we learned from the old programs that we were on. And to me, I think those are kind of like your weeklies, and you can use them, but you kind of have to evaluate later on, how did that affect what you're doing in terms of weight loss and all that good stuff. So, okay, guys, I just wanted to share some more information with you all. As I find things, I will share them with you here. I hope you guys had a great on-plan day. I was a weekend warrior this weekend. Weekend warrior. So I did 2 great days on plan, and we are starting 5 perfect days tomorrow over on my group. So I gave you guys like a new little square to fill out and post over there. So 5 perfect days. I would like to encourage you all, and this is something else I wanted to just mention, to come up with a reward, a non-food reward for yourself, either like a self-care thing that you want to do for yourself. It could be a bubble bath. Judy, it could be a bubble bath and a glass of wine. It could be, whatever, a beautiful walk in a beautiful park. It could be maybe picking something up for yourself that you kind of weren't going to do, but you decide to do it for yourself anyway. You know what I'm saying? It could be a cool coffee mug. I'm all about buying myself coffee mugs, and my husband told me I'm not allowed to anymore. It could be giving yourself a facial, buying yourself a face mask, painting your toenails, spending some time with a friend on Zoom. I don't know. Be creative. Come up with a nice reward for yourself for making it through these little challenges. I like to reward myself. I have stickers, and buy yourself a new nail polish. Get your hair cut. One of my friends over there went and got her hair cut. So let me know what you all think. I know, Dana, I have 1 million. I'm not allowed to buy any more cups. I'll see you guys later. Stay in orbit. Let me know what your goals are for the week, and we'll chat soon. Bye.